welcome back to Vigor. It is your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. You know, it's been quite a while. Quite a while. No, not since I explained what a JSS is, but when was the last time we got a new map in the game, boys and girls that play this game too? When was the last time that we got a brand spanking new map? I mean, I get it. You know, coming up with new maps is hard and all, but just listen to the community. For example, I would like an airport map. I mean, that's just me talking though. Like an airport terminal, damn a landing strip with crashed plane on. Better yet, pause. Ready for this? Ready for this? Airplane graveyard. That's a map I would like to see. Fuel everywhere, wires everywhere, electronics everywhere, and chemicals in the hangars. But, you know, one can wish. But what you don't gotta wish for is for me to use a different weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the second video where I use a Berry M1. Yeah, the first video was on shootouts when V-Dub was like, clip that, Jet, YouTube video. I'm like, okay. So, this is my very first encounter with the Berry M1. I'm about to say Bugle F1. It's kind of crazy how they sound alike if you don't pay attention. Oh shit, speaking of bugles, one just fired. But yeah, goddamn, you know, we on it with a Berry. And we're going to see how well we can do. Y'all remember back in the bad old days when I would post stress tests on weapons? Yeah, well, you can consider this video to be a stress test. Basically, I'm going to try to push myself with this weapon, or push the weapon, but not myself, and see how well it holds out. You know, and I would like to say that coming on to dark field content, you know what, I'm going to start calling the shit dark content, with a freaking submachine gun is quite a challenge. I mean, hell, coming on this map with any weapon at night is quite a challenge. Quite a challenge indeed. So I said to myself, you know, I'm going to try to stay hidden. And you see, I'm looking at that hill because I'm like, is somebody up there? It'll make a whole lot of sense for somebody to be up there. Well, I'm going to walk up this here stairs, check this area, neglect it. I know I saw some in there. Look back at that hill and say to myself, nah, nobody's in here. Check this shed to find it hasn't been looted. Everything's still in here. Red flag. Somebody spawns directly on that path behind this house. And this shit is not touched. I found 2 pictures here, people. 2 pictures. But, you know, I'm in here. So, I mean, might as well use it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm about to answer the phone. So remember when I said I first used this weapon in shootouts? I mean, obviously, because I didn't have a plan for it. Remember that? Alright, so boom. There's a stream that I uploaded to my second channel. By the way, the link to my second channel is in the description of this video. You should check it out. I put up a stream with a YouTube title that says, Shootouts Help You Learn Vigor. Well, that's true, but not fully. Shootouts help you learn weapons and Vigor, not the actual game itself. Because you see, when I was shooting at that guy, I remembered, this thing pulls off headshots like it's so damn easy. So even though he was far away as hell, even though, that, I want to say, was the extreme range of the effectiveness of this here weapon. I say extreme, more like the edge of the favorable distance for this weapon. And so, the damn crosshair is so tight, all I had to do was just roughly aim for his head, and sure enough, phone duel dead. Now, moving forward with the encounter, you see I get pinged. But also, I picked up a port in that house. So, no need to guess where he's at. I'm going to hide right behind here and use my own port, and where is he at? Right up there. So, I'm thinking to myself, what is he going to do? If you would have looked at the map when I flashed it just now, you would notice a very rectangular intermodal shipping container known as the weapons container. And you see, here's something that the game doesn't tell you. Matter of fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's in the tutorial either. Whenever you get pinged by somebody with a PSD, aka a port, they're up to something. Nobody pings you with a port for no reason. Nobody does that shit. So, here are 3 reasons as to why you get pinged by somebody who has a port in their hands. Number 1, they want to see who's nearby. That could be the case. It could not be the case. Number 2, they are hunting you down. And that is more likely the case whenever you get pinged twice after they rush your initial position and they don't find you. And finally, and here's what's going on right here, reason number 3, they're making sure that they're not being watched and or going to be watched before doing something that can give away their position, aka safe or container. Now, container with an asterisk mark, because you don't know. Oh shit. You don't know when they're opening the container. All you gotta do is look and see their dumbass opening it, but there's no sound. Unless you run toward the container yourself and you find somebody there, or they find somebody there, and they start shooting. So, we heard 2 different kinds of shots in this area. Somebody was in a bush. Somebody fired while they were in a bush. Somebody died outside of the bush. I'm pointing all that out because, you see, I've been in this game for a little while. This is somebody's head. Except they're dead. But you heard that shot to the left, though? Remember that shot to the left. So, I'm kind of screwing myself over right now because I've already fired 1 shot. Whoever's near that container now knows that they're not alone. So what do? I relocate. The plane flies overhead. And luckily for me, and unluckily for anybody who goes for it, the container's nearby. So, the airdrop itself is dangerous by association. What I'm hoping for is for old boy to be like, well, the airdrop is right there, and I just got finished opening the container. Guess I'm gonna go for it. And he goes for it, and he ends up dying to my, trap. And when you look at that, a red chest that nobody picked up, some chemicals and nails that, again, nobody picked up because this is dark content and nobody moves. Except for hostile bushes that sway back and forth with a person in them. Y'all remember that shot I told y'all to remember? At the far end of the map? Well, it turns out that shot was really freaking important. Guys and gals, if you were in my shoes, which would you go for? Somebody you know is near the container, but you don't know exactly where they're at, or a barred house on the other side of the map that clearly said somebody's inside, try to come and kill them. Which would you do now? Matter of fact, let me ask you this question. Which has the lesser hostile bushes? Or bushes, rather. Which of them has the list? I came over here for a reason. Because even though we know somebody's near the container, this safe was opened damn near at the end of the match. You know what kind of players wait until the end of the match before they do something really important? New players. And you know what new players have instilled in their hearts when they first start this game? Fear. And you know what's the easiest thing to prey upon in this game? Fear. I was not going to go after the guy at the container. I wasn't. Because this guy over here made all the signs visible that, yeah, I'm kind of vulnerable over here. Think. This barred house is over here in the snowy area where there's open-ass field, open-ass, snowy-ass field, where I can see him walking up the ground because the ground is white. Now, I mean, sure, he could have took the other exit. Sure, he could have. But he didn't. And that is what led to his death. I was about to give up on him. I was about to. You seen how I was like crawling toward that rock? And then something said to turn around, and I turned around and I see him just, rounding the corner of the house. That shit crazy. That shit mad crazy. Now about the guy who opened the container. Sure, he opened it. But that was only because he shot a hostile bush. And he didn't have any more ports on him. So he was like, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. And he started blasting. And I'm about to die right here. So I'm gonna take me a caffeine pill. And have my iodine pill on standby. Because I'd rather use a caffeine pill than an iodine pill. Caffeine pills are easier to make. So, yeah. I'm gonna take this drawbridge. And we are going to call this a game. A well-deserved game. Now, do you know what's actually crazy? I'm going to post a video, obviously a Vigor video, at midnight. Spoiler alert. On that midnight video, these numbers, these XP numbers, are not going to be that far off. But it's how I get them that should make you question the different kinds of ways you can play this game. I'll be sure to catch you in the next episode. Until next time, peace.